For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
That's what we're seeing on the news, day in and day out. Come on.
I will call together all the king of the earth.
What y'all have to see, what you see happening in Syria and Iraq, is what we're reading here. Behold, saith God, I will call together all the kings of the earth. Come on.
To reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun,
Go ahead.
from the south, from the east, and Libanus,
Libanus is Lebanon.
to turn themselves one against another.
So God's plan, his program is to have these nations fight each other. Let's say it again. God's plan is to have these nations fight each other. Read.
And repay the things
Listen good to this. And repay the things.
that they have done to them.
Write this down. To them as the Israelites. Everything that you see in the news is a direct judgment for what the nations did to the blacks and the Latinos and the Native American Indians. We are the Israelites. And he's going to say it crystal clear. Read.
Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen.
So what you see happen to Trayvon Martin, what you saw happen to Michael Brown, Kajim Powell, the Most High said, I'm not sleep on none of that. I see all the injustice.
White.
She left Africa just to come back up to Israel, which is still considered Africa. Back then, it wasn't the Middle East.
Say that again.
They said it was on the same continental plane as Africa.
Now we're going to read it. Hold on now. Let's go to Job. Job 9. You know what I want, right? Give me Job 9. Now I'm going to tell you this. It's a prophecy. Because, you know, the whole Bible, this book right here is law, history, and prophecies. But to who, though? Because when you write a book, it's toward an audience. Like when you write a love novel, it's mostly pertaining to women. Right? So this book only pertains to the 12 tribes of Israel. All right? Now we're going to go in more depth and prove it to you who they are. But first, to answer that question, why is that? Hey, guess what? Everything that happens in the Lord's hand. Read.
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
I'm going to show you who the wicked is. It said the earth is given to the wicked. So whoever is ruling the earth right now is wicked. They have the power. Now we're going to go into depth. Read.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Okay, now it says these people were going to cover the faces of the judges. When they speak about the judges, it's mostly like the leaders, right? When you go to your elders, that's one right there. And what you say, whitewash, right? Now, this is a question the Bible's going to ask you, and you know the answer. Read it.
If not, where and who is he?
If not, where and who is he? Who did it? Was it the Chinese man? Well, look at all the angels are white. Who is it? The Arabs didn't do it. So you mean to tell me everybody in the Bible, starting from Adam, was white? And where do the black people fit in?
Because you know, I read a scripture on there. He said that he's going to send, because of the Hebrews of our ancestors at that time was so stiff-necked. He's son of nation. He said, I will send the nation against you. And he said something about an eagle. He said something that they're going to fly on the wings of it's going to look similar to an eagle.
We're going to read it right now. Come here, bro. Hey, you got to check this out. Get that picture. Where's it at? Right there, Hezi. Get that, Hezekiah. Yes, sir. Thank you, soldier. All right, now check this out. Give me, no. Hold that. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and start at verse 48. All right. Hey, how you doing, sir? I'm Officer Elia. This is Israel United in Christ. We're out here teaching who you are, all right, according to the Bible. All right? Now, just hold it right there. So now, check this out. We're going to read this out the Bible, and guess what? This is just going to show you proof that this Bible is real. Look at the coins, all right? Just look at the coins and watch how depth it goes. Read.
Bring it out. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Stop. Now remember, they said the earth is given into the wicked, will be your enemies, right? Hold on now. They said that the Lord was going to do it. So all these things that happen to us is because the Lord. Now we're going to show you who they are, all right? Now you got a pretty good idea, but I'm going to break it down with the Bible. I'm not gonna come with my own thoughts or guess what it means. No, I'm gonna read the Bible. Watch, read.
In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
Hey, ¿qué onda, Señor? Ven acá, quiero hablar contigo. La verdad de los latinos está en la Biblia. Ven. Read it again.
In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron.
He said the enemies. We have to go to the enemies for food, water, and shelter. And he would put a yoke of iron upon our necks.
That's right.
All right? All right? And remember, they said the earth is giving it to the wicked. They have the powers and nobody can stop them. They still haven't been paid. No one got no justice. They never went to jail. No sentence. They made a movie and they're probably making money off the slavery still.
Right.
Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
My man right there. How can you destroy somebody without killing them? That's a question. How can you destroy somebody? You see that? Do that again. In your mind. It's like you train a dog. You get a pit bull. You raise him as a puppy. And you break him down. You don't even need a chain on his neck. You know what I'm saying? You give his name. Hey, come here. Hold on. I'm going to answer that question now. Hold on. I'm going to get to you. Now check this out. You ready? This is the heavy one. Read verse 49.
Bring it up.
Deuteronomy 28 and 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flyeth.
Now, I'm going to tell you like this. The blacks, Latinos, and the Native American are the Israelites. This is Moses prophesying in future tense that this will happen to this people. It said a nation would what? Read it again.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth.
From the end of the earth. The Europeans, the Spaniards, and the Portuguese came from the east all the way over here. Those were called the ends of the earth. Teach! Because we were here. Now watch this. I'm going to give you proof of it. Read.
As swift as the eagle flyeth.
As swift as the eagle flyeth. Now I'm going to ask you a question, sir. In the quarter, what animal is on the quarter right now in the United States? What animal is it? Hey, check this out. Read that list right there, starting from the O. What does that say right there? What does it say? I gotta hear you say it, man. Greek, what else? Romans, what else? Read, what, huh? What do they all have coming? That's one nation, that's one people. And why is it that this people always use the same animal? Huh? Is that it? Read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
A tongue that we won't understand. When they came over here, they were speaking Portuguese and Spanish.
Teach.
Huh? Hey, that's why I and my ancestors and my family hablamos español. We speak like this. Yo tengo apellidos españoles. ¿Sabe por qué? Porque los españoles venían a la tierra de nosotros y cambiaron la lengua y los nombres de nosotros. Huh? How do I speak like this? Where did I learn this from? From my forefathers. And where they get it from? From the Spaniards, because they came over to our land.
Right.
Just the same way as they put a yoke of iron, brought you down on this place, now they change your language and your name. You don't even know who you are.
Right.
They tell you you're African American.
Make it plain, officer.
How is that? African and American. When you start doing history and you start reading for yourself, you're going to find out those two people belong to other people. Who is that? These people right here.
That's right.
Africa Scipio Africanus, America Vespucci. I'm from Central America. They named that place. I'm from a place where what they named. That doesn't make any sense. Who am I?
I can say this before I go.
What's up?
I wanted to talk about the, I studied, I don't just have an idea about it. I studied it for 5 years. That's how I know that they weren't the people that they said in the South. But I wanted to share about the part where they're scattered across the four corners of the earth.
Okay.
Now I see y'all your thing right here, and that's lined up because all of them is Hebrew blood.
Okay.
All of them. But what happened was they all also fall upon the curse.
Okay.
They fall upon the curse of what it says that what you're gonna know. That's how you're gonna know who it is.
Right.
The curse where they went because they didn't just do this in Central America, North America. They did it in the other two corners too.
Yeah.
Japanese, when the sun hit them, they get dark. They don't get skin cancer. Some of them, not all of them. And now another place I can tell you was Australia. The Aborigines can't even vote to this day. Back then, they robbed, raped, and killed them back then. So you know, it's a lot of other groups that
Daniel
are
9,
also scattered.
Give me Daniel 9. Now watch this. Now what you say, absolutely right. Right? Now check this out. Why does it only happen to these people? Give me Daniel 9. Start at verse 7. Start at verse 7. I say confusion. And it say, now check this out now. Right? Read.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 7.
Bring it out!
O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee.
It says our Lord. That's possessive again, because this book is only to the 12 tribes of Israelites. Right?
But unto us confusion of
It
faces.
says confusions of faces, because we do look different. We can go to Japan. There are Mexicans in Japan.
Right.
And Australia, the Salvadoreños in Australia. We're everywhere. We're the majority. We're not the minority. But that's confusion to us because we think we're below. Was why? Because it was taught and it was oppressed upon us. Yoke of iron till we was destroyed.
Right.
Mentally. Read.
But unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel.
Once again, 12 tribes of Israel. That's what we're speaking. That's what the Bible's for. Read.
That are near, and that are far off.
Near and far off. Just like you said, the dispersed. Read. Check this out. Let's read it. I mean, hear it.
Through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee.
That's the point. All these things that you talk, why did it happen only to us? Because we trespass. Watch, listen very clear what the God is trying to tell you right now, young man. Read.
Verse 8, O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee.
Read.
To the Lord our God belong mercies and forgivenesses, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants, the prophets.
By the prophets. What we're doing right now happened before. This ain't nothing new.
Yes.
Even in the New Testament, the apostles, even with Christ, guess what they were doing?
Bring it out.
Right now.
Yes, right.
Street teaching. Literally. When you read the book of Ezra, you read it. It said the street teaching. They said that he had the right man, Mattathias, and he was his reader.
Right.
This is real.
I gotta go catch the bus. Yeah, I gotta catch the bus. Can I say something?
Read.
Verse 11, yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
Hey, go to that website. And we've got an address there.
Okay, yep.
All right. Hit us up.
Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us. And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God.
You hear that? The curse and the oath that is written in the law of Moses. We're reading the book of Daniel. This is in the Babylonian era. Did you hear that? My man, what was your name? Aziz. Aziz. Okay, read that part one more time.
Therefore, yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
Stop. Hold that. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. No, Deuteronomy 27 and 9. This is what it's talking about. This is the oath. When he's talking about, he was speaking to somebody. Watch who it was Moses was speaking to. Read.
Deuteronomy 27, verse 9. And Moses and the priests, the Levites, spake unto all Israel, saying, Take heed and hearken, O Israel. This day thou art become the people of the Lord thy God.
Right. God's chosen people. And guess what he said to them? Deuteronomy 28:15.
Bring it out.
This is the oath that Daniel was referring to. Read.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
Bring it
But
out.
it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It said curses come upon us. Just like Daniel said. But when Daniel was saying, he said it already came upon us.
Right.
But it said it's always gonna keep upon us if we keep breaking our laws.
Yes.
Now, a question for you, sir. The blacks, Latinos, and the Native American, are they a cursed people? Are they a cursed people? To this day, right now, 2019, what is it, June? In June.
No.
It's not a curse. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you this. Is it a curse that every year there got to be a march because a black man's getting shot by the police? Every year there's a black man, Latino, or a Native American man getting killed.
Bring it out.
And for a month, you know, we march, everybody, but a month later, no one cares. Remember they used to put the hood on, the black hood. Everybody had the black hood on. What is it? Hands up, don't shoot. There's a big old march. What happened to it? What happened to the stop, don't shoot?
Teach.
Just for a month. And it happens like 2019 is still going on. How about this? The Latinos que están aquí, los mexicanos, centroamericanos, and suramericanos, is it a curse to these people that they want to come to America, which this land belongs to the native and the Mexicans?
Yes. Bring it
Is
out.
it a curse that they got to come over here, but right now we're getting stopped at the border? And we come here just to survive because they took all our fruits, they took all of our resources out of our own lands.
Teach. Sir.
And we come over here, and guess what? Go ahead, peep out what kind of jobs we do. We're in Jack in the Box. We're cleaning. We're cleaning bathrooms, the offices. We're cutting grass. We're selling tires at the taco shop. We don't see no really successful Latinos, black people. Come on now. Where they at barbershops? They don't even own Ezels no more. A white man owns Ezels.
Teach, officer.
The hood. You guys don't even have a hood no more. They took your hood. MLK, Central District, that thing is done. You guys are just scattered everywhere. You don't have a neighborhood no more.
Teach.
That's a curse. What is that? Huh? They put you in educational system which is meant for you to fail.
Right.
They just made you to be a servant. That's it. Just enough just to get you know, but not enough to go exceed and be better than who you are.
Right.
Deuteronomy 28:68.
Bring it out.
And then explain to this who this happened to, because we gotta pinpoint who are these people that are cursed. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Read out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now it said Egypt again. Now they fled out of Egypt. The story was Moses split the Red Sea. Moses split the Red Sea and exited out. That's what it's called, Exodus. Exodus out of Egypt, but they say you go back again. Daniel said the curse is poured upon us, but they weren't in Egypt. What does that mean? Give me that. This is the definition. This is how you read the Bible. Not how you think or how you feel. It's what the God said.
Yes, right.
Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
From the house of bondage. It's not hard to tell. House of bondage means what? Slavery.
Right.
So God said you're going to go back into slavery. Guess what? It happened to Daniel, and guess what? It's still happening to us. Read that. Finish that.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
It said, by the way is ships. That's the transportation. Who did that happen to? You're going to go into slavery. Remember, Egypt means slavery. You're going to go into slavery in ships by the way thereof. This is the way it's going. It's going to happen. They can't stop. They think they can honk the horn against God. Come on now. Don't even worry about it. We got God with. We got read. We got
That's right. Bring it up.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
The land that you got put on the ships on, you're not going to see that land. Who that happened to? It happened to the Chinese people? The Chinese people got taken from their land, put on the boat, took them to another land, and what happened when they got to that land?
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
It just said that you're going to go into slavery, you're going to get sold, and no one's going to help or save you. You're going to stay there. Who that happened to? So-called Africans, right? Because you're not African.
That's right.
They called you African. They put that name on you.
Right.
That's a code, just like your last name. They gave you that last name. Just as the way as they gave you white Jesus.
Teach.
There are all these things that we know. They gave it to us. You don't have your own history. You don't have your own culture. That's why we're bugged out. Confusions of faces.
Let's bring it out.
We are the people in the Bible.
Right.
I have a question. Yes. So pagan worship and was the thing that we infringed on our rules with God as the 12 tribes of Israel. Like that was the big fault. Playing with other gods, right?
It was all of it. But that was the main one, because he was a jealous God. Right. You cannot put God above that. That was the first commandment. Sure. And then from that came everything. But guess what? We broke every single commandment that there is.
Get out!
Every single one. You want to hear one? And this is a simple one. This is very easy. Any knowledgeable, any man that can walk and talk and breathe can do this.
Right.
Give me Leviticus 11 and 46. Because remember, it says breaking God's laws that this curse is upon us. That we transgressed his law. We broke his laws.
Teach.
Laws, not law. Because worshiping other gods, that's one law. Watch this. Read.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 46.
Read out.
This is the law of the beasts and of the fowl and of every living creature that moveth in the waters.
So now this is the law of every single creature on earth. For what? Read.
And of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean.
The unclean and the clean. Why is there animals that are clean and unclean?
Teach
This
us.
is the reason. Read.
And between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten.
Bring it out.
Animals here that God said we cannot eat.
That's right.
God said that. But man in your churches, they say, no, you can't eat this. All you got to do is pray over it. No. God said he created these animals for a certain reason.
Right.
Give me a Leviticus 11 and verse 9.
Teach.
God is the architect of everything. He makes things to work in a certain way.
That's right.
But man tries to play God.
Teach us.
That's why they put white image of Jesus white. Jesus is not white, he's black.
That's right. Right.
Read.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
Now this is that law in the waters, in the sea, and in the rivers. Read.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, and in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Those are the animals you can only eat if they have scales and fins.
That's
You can't eat the octopus, crab, lobster, nor shrimp.
Right.
Catfish, you can't eat that.
Teach.
But what? We eat that. It was actually given to us. It was kind of forced and taught upon us. Why? So we can keep breaking God's laws.
That's right.
Look, you really got to think. They're smart people. They read this Bible, and they be like, "Hey, man,
This is
King James Version 1611. It's just a King James. It's just a regular King James Bible."
and then you guys have your own. You guys have your own piece of literature.
What do you mean? A flyer. Look,
Israelites, you guys have like
a book or a school, like a church.
a book, religious book.
This is the only religious book we got right here. King James Version.
Right.
That's it. KJV.
Read it.
That's what Dollar Store get it for. But
Even word out, page for page out, page for page, word for word.
give me that. You know what I want? 28. Give me Isaiah 28 and 10.
Bring it.
Now, what we believe is everything in the Bible.
That's
So
right.
if any of these men, you see us and we say something, it's because we know it's in the Bible.
That's
Right.
Not like these pastors.
Teach.
Christ is not why he's not in the Bible. Why do you teach that?
Right.
Why do you guys teach? God's laws are not done with. Got to keep God's laws and honor them.
That's right.
You don't do it. You don't care about God because today is a Sabbath day. No one honors the Sabbath day.
Right.
Not one of y'all.
Right.
Read.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
So that's why the God is an architect. Even how he designed the Bible, he got chapters and verses. That's why there's numbers on there.
That's right.
But he only gave it to a certain people. Give me that. What is that? Matthew 13 and 11, bro. Give me that. Even Christ said it.
Bring it out. Make it plain, officer.
13 and verse 10. Watch this. Read.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 10.
Bring it out.
And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Because some people don't get it.
Right.
We might give them the precept and they still don't get it. They don't even understand it. But you here still standing. A lot of people, they walk by, they don't care, or they just don't get it.
Right.
This is how you get the understanding, by precept. Because Christ was reading out the Bible. He was telling them out the prophecy. Because they had Bibles back then. So they had their own Bible. And then he was showing them. And they got it. And some other people didn't get it.
Teacher.
Give me Ephesians 4 and 14.
Bring it out.
Today is the Sabbath day. Today you're going to find out you're an Israelite.
That's right.
Today is a day for you that you need to remember because God is speaking to you.
Right.
This is his message. Read.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 14.
Bring it out.
That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
They wait and they lie to you. We have been lied. It's time to come to realize who you truly are and your potential.
I really like that. I really like that verse. You told me the verse was.
Ephesians 4 and 14.
4:14.
Right. You know what's a better one? Here's another one. Give me 1 John 5 and 3.
Bring it out.
Here's another one that you need to meditate on. Read.
1 John chapter 5, verse 3.
Bring it out.
For this is the love of God.
Now, most people say we love God, right? No, you believe in the higher power. You believe in God, right? Okay. Now, if you love God, exactly. You're standing right here, listening to the word. God's word. Not even me. I'm just a messenger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Read.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
Says God's laws are not grievous. Like we just read to you about God's dietary law. The animals, remember it said only fails and skins. That's not grievous. If it doesn't have it, don't eat it. That's what it means, not grievous. All right? You got a question?
No.
Okay, because right here, we're going to teach you who you are and what you got to do is keep God's laws.
That's
We can teach you all the history that there is. Slavery did exist. It did happen. It only happened to these people. Read.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25.
Read out.
Not forsaking the assemblies together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another. And so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
That's right.
Romans 13:11. It says that we got to come and congregate.
That's right.
We got to come together. Hold that. Give me Zephaniah 2:1. It says congregate. That means you commune. ¿Cómo se dice? Otra palabra. You gather. It's a gathering in the church. So this is what we do. Today, after this, we're gonna go and congregate. There's more of us.
Yes.
We're gonna come together, and today we're gonna honor the Lord, our God.
That's right.
And we thank Him to get Him and give us this understanding. A lot of people don't get this.
Right.
Right?
You guys pray to Jesus Christ, correct?
Yes. Christ and God, because God sent Christ.
That's
All right? Christ is the King and the true King of earth and the
Yes.
whole realm.
Right.
Now check this out. Now, it said, remember I said blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are a cursed people? And you agree, right? It's a curse. 2019, we're still in the bottom.
Read out.
Read.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
It said a nation not desired. The blacks, Latinos, and the Native American are the most undesirable people on the planet Earth.
Right.
There is still slavery in Sudan, in Iraq, but this is willful slavery because there's no jobs. So they market their own selves so they get these wages. Have you seen that? What is that? A lot of stuff that we don't know. We've been lied to, like Ephesians 4:14. We have been deceived. Give me Romans 13:11.
Bring it out.
It's time to come back together. The nation not desired. That is us. Blacks, Latinos, and the Native Americans. Nobody cares about us and don't even. When's the last time you seen a family of Native Americans, regular folk, happy, eating dinner at IHOP? Huh? When's the last time you seen one? Right, where they at? And this is their land. It's called Seattle. Chief Seattle. Read.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11.
Bring it out.
And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
It's time to wake up, know who you are, and know why it's gonna, and what you need to do. But why though? This is the real urgence. Read.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Because the prophecy, remember, the book, the Bible, is law, history, and prophecy. The end of the book calls for destruction.
Right. Bring it out.
And for order a kingdom to fall, another, like God's kingdom to come, a kingdom got to fall.
Yeah.
All this got to go.
Right.
This is all blatantly for sin. Down there's a restaurant that sells unlawful food. Everybody's breaking God's laws, and they teach it and they show it, and we're learning it, but we got to come away from it.
That's
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. That's right. Take care of us. Take care of us. And our children too. And our children too. We have repented. We have repented. How about you? How about you? People want to know who's the king.
O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sound wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.